To split test your messages, we're going to navigate over here to our messenger on the left-hand side. Add our first message. This is pretty much the same across all of our messaging types. So I'm just going to do this here in the single messages. So I'm going to add a first message, and I'm just going to call this message. I would choose my list, what type of message this is, if it's an email or a text. And then here in my split test is where I want to enable it. From here, I would set my sample size, so it's automatically set to 20%. So this means it's going to run my split test on 20% of my audience. I can, of course, change this to whichever percentage I want, but I'm going to leave it at 20%. I'm then going to choose my evaluation period. So how many hours after sending this initial split test email are we going to wait before we decide on which email has outperformed the other? So you can set this for as long or as short as you want. It's automatically set to 2 hours, but you can change it to seconds, minutes, hours, days, weeks, however long you want. I'm going to leave it as hours, and then I'm going to choose my criterion, which is a click or an open rate. So I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to say I just want to see which of these emails is getting more opens, which means I'm essentially running a split test on my subject line for this email. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit save. I would then come and create my split test. So over here, I could come and split test this message. That's going to create a duplicate of that first message. And then I can come in here to each of these messages and edit them individually. I can also hit next. It'll take me to my first message here, and I can customize this as I want. And I could select this Valentine's Day template. I'll need to add my from name and my from email. And the interesting thing about running split tests in your messages is that you can go ahead and customize all of this. So you can customize your from name and from email, as well as your subject line and your body for each message. So if I go over here to message 2, you'll see that I'm able to say hello instead. And it doesn't have to be my name. And then I can customize this subject line as well. And then I'm going to choose this template instead. So I've got 2 Valentine's Day emails that are going out, and I want to see which one is going to perform better. I would then go ahead and hit next. I would filter my recipients, and then when I'm happy with that, hit next, schedule this email to go out, and hit next, and then confirm my email. I don't have any contacts within the system, which is why I'm getting this error message, but you would then be able to schedule and send your message and confirm it here. And so now essentially what's going to happen, because my message is scheduled to go out at 4:30, it is going to initially send out that email to 20% of my email list that I have specified here in my recipient section. And then it's going to wait 2 hours. So at 6:30, it's going to then decide which of our 2 message variants is the higher performing message. And then it's going to send out the message to the rest of my recipients at 6:30, so 2 hours after that initial send time, because that is our evaluation period. So that is how you can set up split testing in your messages.